Okay. Double checking to make sure everything is green. Okay, OBS is green. YouTube looks green. Call that good for now. Let's see if I fixed my sources. I did. Perfect. Perfect. Let's get my chair actually sitting up straight here. I think you're here. It's good. Okay. Okay. Good. Good. You commented before I even went live. Were you able to see anything when you commented, or were you just commenting because I had scheduled the stream? Leyline overflow. Oh, I should probably be doing this. I think I'm going to switch back to my normal party, though. I'm, like, so rusty at the game. Well, I guess it kind of has been. At least since a, like, straight-up Genshin. Oh, just the thumbnail? Okay. Because last week, after we finished playing Apex... Was that last week? Pretty sure that was last week. After we finished playing Apex, I switched over to Genshin for, like, the last half of the stream. I've got, like, a bajillion quest to catch up on. That's true. That's true. You would have been asleep by then. I'm using my super old headset right now.
When stuck on a deserted island, rain is a precious source of drinking water.
Why is my in-game ping so high? 255 milliseconds? It's like a quarter of a second. What is going on here? There we go, 50. That's much more reasonable. But yeah, I'm using my super old headset because my SteelSeries headset that I normally use, I had to get the warranty.
The more the merrier. The first round's on me.
I filled out the warranty claim form, and I had to send in proof of destruction before they'll replace it. Oh, it's up there. Okay. So yeah, it is currently destroyed in like 5 pieces behind me. Yep. Oh, this is one of those, like, go inside events. Okay. And it's only 6 months old. I actually thought they were just going to send me the dongle, which SteelSeries has a really odd-shaped dongle. I guess it's kind of small there, but it's like... It's a Type-C, but then it's like extra wide. And it actually covers like way too many USB slots. And yeah, it's a pain. So luckily it comes with like an extension cable. Yeah, it's thick. It comes with an extension cable, a Type-A to Type-C extension cable. These headphones feel really weird because they're actually open ear headphones, and so I'm not used to hearing my voice as much as I am right now. I'm used to closed ear, so I don't get as much of the outside noise coming in. Darkness flame. Oh man. See, and this was like one of my first headsets I ever bought, like for YouTube, in 2014. Like, I've had these headphones forever. They sound really good if you're just listening to, like, I don't know, music or something. But anytime you're playing games or something, it throws me off when I'm trying to talk to people. You know, to make this game better, Piccolo. That's right, Darkness Flame. It's been a while. How you been? It does. It always makes me laugh. From the good old Dokkan days.
Whoa! Look at how well hidden this place is.
Audio Technica MHS 50s.
I can't think of a reason anyone would want to build a structure like this deep in the mountains.
I don't think I've looked at those yet.
I feel something that doesn't belong here.
I know there
I
was
sense danger.
a couple of Audio Technicas. Is the X version the wireless one? Because that might be the model number I'm getting confused on. Is it that like MHX50 is the wireless and the MHS is wired or something like that? Actually had some good days lately, relationship stuff, but yeah, still giving you the funny with the piccolo.
Huh?
He's still giving me the piccolo.
We should proceed with caution. The Kujo clan descendant may well be in trouble.
He might be in trouble. Oh no. Because I know I had looked at some, and I'm actually looking at some wired ones right now. Oh, I forgot it was going to give me Raiden Shogun, but I don't want Raiden Shogun.
Let's get down to business.
Oh, I thought I was going to get shot again. Punch, punch, punch. The X is for Studio Series? Okay. These are a studio pair, but they are not Audio Technica. These are Super Lux, I think is the brand.
Why are there Ronin here? This is a Tenryou commission base.
Something is not right. We must remove all those who stand in our way.
Day. Say no more.
It's been a while since I've done some of this. I tried to get into this game, but couldn't. I know there's supposed to be a Black Clover game coming out that looks like this. I'm going to try that. XBT2 is wireless. Is that a Bluetooth version, or is it just normal wireless? I'm actually looking at wired right now instead of wireless. Ow. Jerks. Mostly because SteelSeries is going to replace my other wireless one, so I don't need another wireless headset right now. And I'd like to have a nice, higher quality. I don't even know if that hit me. I wasn't paying attention. But I'd like to have another nice wired headset for backup. Oh, it's wireless and Bluetooth. Okay, gotcha. I like this guy, but he's going to do like no damage. They have so much health. And I'm probably not super well geared for this either.
Time to go.
I thought that arrow was going to hit me.
Wind strike. So I got the fairy. Let's get down to business.
Go and splat!
Say no more. Here's how this.
I don't think I quite dodged that.
Finally, it's my lucky day. Wind strike.
Ow.
More.
I love that Kazura can just keep jumping like that. There. One of those like character models looked like he was getting ready to stand back up again. I'm like super rusty at this. Like I haven't actually done any like real game play or fighting in months and months. It's been so long. Oh, hey, buddy. Can I just, bye. Is there a chest over here anywhere? Looks like I should be able to jump down on that ledge, but I don't think I should. Hey guys.
What's one more?
Clouds high. The birds come. Eyes on me.
This will do. Cut down. Like yes.
Oh, you healed, you jerk. Ah, don't want to miss these chests. Because I don't know if you can get back in here if you accidentally leave. So I want to make sure I get all the chests. I have not seen Dragon Ball Superhero yet. One of my friends is boycotting it for some reason, and he keeps telling me not to watch it. I'm gonna watch it eventually. I just haven't had a chance to yet.
It's Kujokawaji.
It's the only good movie you've seen in years? Like the only good anime movie or the only good movie in general?
Almighty Shogun. Shogun, what are you?
Descendant of the Takatsukasa clan. Explain what is going on here.
Oh, we're just discussing some minor issues that have cropped up in the Tenryo Commission recently. Really, it's nothing worth the almighty Shogun
Oh,
worrying
you're
about.
basically boycotting all Hollywood movies. Okay.
And these minor issues warranted the
I see.
secluded location and the hiring of Ronin and Kairagi to keep guard?
Well, there's been a lot of turmoil lately. It was just out of security considerations, that's all.
Is the game audio loud enough or too loud? I guess I never actually asked that. Like it looks like on the waveforms, it looks significantly lower volume than me, but hopefully it's not too low. I'm also kind of relying on the game audio to provide the music instead of playing Spotify like I normally do, mostly because I just really like Genshin's in-game music. It's a good level? Okay, perfect, perfect. You didn't like Super, but I did like Superhero. It felt more like DBZ. Interesting.
Silence.
Oh, wow, she's angry.
Descendant of the Kujo clan. Your turn.
Of course it's Piccolo.
All right. I came here intending to negotiate, but it turned out all they were interested in was a written confession from the Kujo clan.
A written confession?
Is that even the same guy from last week? It's fine. No, I believe you. Like, I know,
Yes.
I've seen some of the
Statement
spoilers, so
acknowledging
I know
every
that he
crime
gets like a
committed by
new
the
form
Kujo
and
clan
stuff.
Since the inception of the Vision
I didn't realize it followed
including
him
all the
from
recent
like
misconduct.
the get-go or anything. I knew that he played a big role. I did not realize he was basically the main character. That is pretty awesome.
All factual statements, of course. Not a single one of them fabricated.
I can't deny that. But it also emphasizes the Takatsukasa clan's achievements throughout the document, claiming they stood steadfast all along and fought back against the crisis. These are all falsehoods.
Says who? Why, you two-faced? You're going back on everything you said.
I'm just stating the facts. I'm sure the almighty Shogun can discern the truth. All the Takatsukasa clan is trying to do is make themselves look good, so they'll be first in line to replace the Kujo clan.
Dang. That's pretty crazy.
Why else would you push a false narrative in the written confession that paints your clan in a good light, and try to make me sign it under duress?
What are you talking about? You're not under duress, we're just negotiating here. You've completely changed your tune.
I believe I now understand the situation.
Don't listen to his nonsense. I'm sure you're well aware of the major failings of the Kujo clan. Surely you, of everyone, knows. Not a single word they say can be trusted.
Obviously, it's the best movie and has some adult humor that was funny. Nice.
You
Stuff
are
with
quite mistaken
grown-ups.
if you think your dispute is of any interest to me. Descendant of the Takatsukasa clan, you wish to become the new Tenryou commissioner. Do I understand this correctly?
She looks like she's like half asleep right here.
Well, yes, of course. It's the eternal pursuit of everyone in the Tenryou Commission to offer our lives in service of the almighty Shogun.
Then the situation is not as complicated as you seem to have made it. After all, I am the one who appoints the Tenryou commissioner. The process is quite simple. Anyone who can beat me in a duel becomes the new commissioner.
Sorry, a duel with the almighty Shogun?
The first Tenryou commissioner demonstrated his will with the blade in his hand. That is why the title has been passed down within the Kujo clan ever since. If you want me to appoint a new clan, then naturally, there must first be a new duel.
I'm thinking his sword might just be for show. You don't know why my
Do
friend's
you not
boycotting it.
know how to
He's
wield a blade?
complaining
Or
that
do
they
you simply
3D
doubt your
animated
abilities on
pretty
account of
much
your
most of the
advanced
movie,
age
and
declining physical
he
condition?
complains it looks like PS2 graphics. I disagree. I mean, I can tell it's 3D animated in a lot of scenes, but it doesn't feel like PS2 graphics to me. It feels like pretty modern graphics. Yeah, that's his entire complaint. He doesn't like that it's 3D animated. He liked Dragon Ball Super Broly, where it was like mostly animated, but then it had 3D to like augment certain scenes. But he doesn't like it the other way around. He doesn't like it where 3D is like the majority of it. Yeah, no, I agree.
Here you are talking about offering your life, and yet you are too afraid to face my blade.
He's crazy.
Well...
Well, never mind. What about one of you then? Anyone who can defeat me, Takatsukasa or not, will be appointed the new Tenryou commissioner. Does not a single person dare to face me?
I will challenge you, almighty Shogun.
What?
Descendant of the Kujo clan. Regrettably, even if you win against me, it cannot atone for the wrongs committed under the Kujo name.
I realize that. I don't stand a chance of winning against you anyway. I know full well that the mistakes my father made ought to spell the end of the Kujo clan's legacy in the Tenryou Commission. Even when I was executing the Vision Hunt decree, I had doubts about my father's decisions. I knew that what I was doing was wrong. But that was as far as I went. I doubted, and I ruminated. I understood the situation perfectly well, but I took no action, and I didn't save a single
Is
person.
the scene after the credits? Okay, it's good to know.
I accept the Kujo clan's decline as punishment for my deeds. I can't even say that I failed to prevent it, because in order to fail, you have to have at least tried.
To be brutally honest, for someone of your strength, there is nothing you could have done, even if you had tried.
Wow. That is brutally honest.
Yes,
Ouch.
I'm too weak. My father ignores me. My elder brother can't help me. And I even need Ippei to set me straight at times. It's the way it's always been. But if nothing else, then right here, right now in the Kujo clan's final hours, it is I who represent the clan, like my father before me. His duties are now mine to perform.
You only have one problem with the movie. Is Is your problem that Piccolo wasn't in 100% of the movie? You're sure when I watch it, I'll know what it is?
Just as the
Okay.
Shogun said, a forefather of mine once showed his will with his sword. Then please, let me, Kujo Kamaji, end the story of the Kujo clan in the same way that it began. This is my last chance to do something.
Does he even have a sword? I don't
This
see one on his
utterly
belt.
meaningless.
Oh, just how the fight ends?
But I accept. Come forward.
We about to watch this NPC get murdered? Where did he get a sword?
The Kujo clan's honor was forged with courage, tempered with integrity, and shines beyond life and death. Show me whether your blade can bear the weight of your name.
That's a cool little spin.
Ready to learn. Almighty Shogun.
There's spoilers all over the ending. No, I haven't seen those spoilers yet. I've been avoiding spoilers pretty good since it came out, but I saw a lot of stuff before it came out and kind of as it was coming out, so I know about like some of the transformations and stuff. Yes, I saw stuff for both Gohan and Piccolo. You think he's dead? Or he's going to die? This is just a giant smear of blood on the wall and a pair of
Another
glasses.
anomaly in eternity.
I love it.
Nevertheless, it appears that the Kujo honor still courses through your veins. Kujo Kamaji is wounded. Descendants of the Takatsukasa clan, it is your responsibility to take care of him. You may not have the courage to challenge me, but I trust that you are capable of attending to a small matter such as this.
Yes, of course. I apologize. I'm sorry. So sorry.
You don't like his transformation, but that's not the real thing you didn't like. Okay.
I had heard that the Kujo clan is no longer fit to shoulder the work of the Tenryou Commission. The search for a successor to the role of Tenryou Commissioner is indeed a matter of great urgency. However, following this duel, I have decided to postpone the Kujo clan's punishment.
Look, he's
for
got
the
his
time
glasses
being.
back on.
In the meantime, I expect the Takatsukasa clan to continue supporting the Kujo clan as before.
As you instruct, so it shall be done. We would not dare question the almighty Shogun's will.
I only saw one. So if he has more than one, I have not seen them both.
Finally, if you still think you can copy the Fatui strategy of providing me with deceptive information to produce flaws in my judgment,
Well, knowing he has more than one transformation isn't a detrimental spoiler, in my opinion. No, that's okay. I knew that at least him and Gohan got a transformation, and I'm not upset. Like, I'm not worried about it. I mean, it's been out for a little bit now. If I haven't seen it, oh well.
you will see me appear once again as I have done today. Only next time, my blade
that
will
zoom
show
in.
no mercy.
She's angry.
Understood. Thank you, almighty Shogun, for your wisdom and mercy.
That will do. I will have the Okuzumeshu continue the investigation from here.
I don't know who the Okuzumeshu are.
Come with me. let's find a quiet place.
I don't remember
There's
at
something
all.
I want to talk about with you.
Treasure chest.
Whew. When it's time to deal with the situation, you're just like the Shogun. So strict.
Not as bad as the second one. It's just a no good.
Oh, you think so? I thought I was rather accommodating. If it had been the Shogun, she would have decapitated Kujo Kamaji without a second thought. I do believe he was prepared for that outcome. I could see it in his eyes. The Kujo clan has undergone a dramatic change from its glory days to its present decline. Kamaji is hardly a great heir to the Kujo name.
The transformation I saw, he was like a gold color. That's the only one I saw, and I saw that like maybe a month before it came out. I feel like it might not have been that far back, but I feel like it was significantly before it came out that I saw that.
He has shown me how some things remain the same, even as the world around them changes. I also have you to thank. The things we experienced out on the streets, and the photo you took of me, they helped me come to this realization too.
So what's next for the Kujo clan? Will they get to carry on being in charge of the Tenryo Commission?
Not a chance. Even if their heir was someone who showed promise, their past mistakes cannot be erased. Still, I will give them a little more time. After all, they are not the only ones who have made mistakes. The Shogun does not make mistakes. She is incapable of doing so. But I, as A, would like to offer my apologies. I have much to contemplate in the days to come, but at least I can now see the way ahead. I think I'll leave that to the Shogun. The greatest threat to eternity is still the erosion that comes with time. As I said, the Shogun has a robust system to protect her against modification. This is because I anticipated that I myself would change over time. But I've made up my mind. So I will do what needs to be done, no matter how difficult it is. This has certainly been a memorable series of events.
You're trying to think which one that is. He looked very bulky, and like his skin looked like solid gold
Absolutely.
in the picture I saw. And all I saw was a picture, and it was, again, a while ago.
See a happy and healthy Shogun. All the awful rumors will disappear in no time. If you enjoyed your trip, we should get you out again sometime.
No need. There's no place for such things in my life.
Maybe it is orange? In the picture I saw, it looked gold. That doesn't mean it is gold. Because, again, it's also been a few months since I saw that picture. You got your next cosplay lined up and all ordered?
Also,
What's your next cosplay going to be?
please
Or
stop
is it a
making sound
secret?
as if I somehow need the company.
It'll come in over the next month? Nice, nice.
Okay. I'm ready to head back now. My period of solitude will now continue, but it will not last too much longer. I will leave you humans to deal with any minor issues in the meantime.
Or synchronic. Ah, okay. It's possible I saw that one, Darkness Flame Media, but there's a really good chance, because I don't remember seeing hardly any scenes with Piccolo, where like the only scenes I remember seeing of him were from one of the trailers where he's like, he's still wearing his hat and his shoulder thing and his cape. And like the superhero android just showed up. And I don't remember ever seeing him like without his cape. But I also only watched one of the trailers. So if it was in one of the more recent trailers, I may not have seen it. Because I don't even remember seeing him fighting or powering up or anything. I'm not saying I didn't, I just don't remember seeing that. Oh, and yes, it took me a second, but I realized Krennic was the Rogue One baddie with the white cape. Mostly because he has a Star Wars Legion model, and one of the guys I played against used him. He's quite good in Star Wars Legion.
Okay, see you next time! Considering a lot of what happened was pretty unexpected, things seem to have worked out surprisingly well in the end. The only thing left to do is return the pass permit to Yai Miko.
Sometimes they call her Yai, and sometimes they call her Yay, and it drives me crazy. Okay, it's just right up there. Wait, can I take this? I thought there was going to be like, usually there's like, you can press like T and like jump up in the air or something, but I didn't see anything to trigger that, so oh well.
Did you know? Well then, you'll have to tell me all about it.
Oh boy. Oh good. Thank goodness. I thought it was gonna make me do like a whole bunch of like dialogue stuff.
How amusing. The almighty Shogun goes downtown, and suddenly she's like a wide-eyed country girl trying to find her bearings in the big city. Marvelous. What a shame I didn't get to see it for myself. It's fine. She wouldn't mind. Really, she wouldn't. So,
She
from
winked
what
at
you were
us.
saying, it seems that she's finally begun to comprehend what form eternity should take? That's the most important outcome of this trip. To be honest, I wasn't expecting you'd make such great progress.
The movie
when I lent
actually
you
made
the
you like
past
Pan.
permit.
You never like her.
Yeah.
I don't know if
It
I've ever
seems
really
like
liked her
she's not
either,
gonna force
but
everything
I didn't
to
watch
stay the
GT,
same
so
way
I've only ever
anymore.
really seen her as like a baby that I can remember anyways. Maybe like toddler Pan.
To put it nicely, even deities indulge in wishful thinking. To put it more bluntly, there are things that even the Seven can't do when faced with something even more powerful than themselves. Take a guess.
Okay, so she's still basically a toddler or so.
Anyway, it sounds like you had a very pleasant trip and even had the chance to see A's less formal side. Next time you wish to see her, you can come and take the pass permit from me again. She would never admit to it, but she does, in fact, get quite lonely.
What? But she said she doesn't need company.
Because she is a god. It's not that gods don't need the company of others, just that the idea of a god having company seems indulgent to her. But you don't belong to this world. Perhaps you are just the company she needs.
They just used her well in this movie. I thought probably has something to do with her relationship with Piccolo, because Piccolo's best makes losers better than they are. That's a fair assessment. Okay, so we finished that quest. Can't do this one. I've been trying to figure out how to, like, I'm really struggling to get through some of these quests because I have so many where like I can't do this one. I can't do this one. Like people are working on these other quests. Just look at the boost and cool factor after he had a relationship with Piccolo. Wait, after Piccolo had a relationship with Piccolo? Am I reading that wrong? Go on. Okay. That fits better. Taurus, Icarundus, Imperatrix Ambrosia. Wow. What names? I don't even feel like I have some of these quests that it's asking about. Like, Imperatrix Ambrosia chapter. Like, that's not any of these names. Do I just need to do a bunch of, like, the smaller quests? Until... Am I missing something? Gohan goes from a crybaby loser to not so bad. Still bad, but not as bad after Piccolo gets done with him. That's a good way of putting it. Or do I need to, like... Illuminate Beast of the Sea Clouds. I don't know how to... Okay, wait. If I do this one, it looks like it would complete this. It would let me work on this one. I have to, like, figure out these chains of quests, so we're just gonna...
If you ever want to trade tactics,
We're just gonna do some of this. Held your last message for review. He's still the loser, though. Oh, poor Gohan. I mean, I'm not going to disagree with you at all. I've never liked Gohan. I mean, he's okay, but he's not like my favorite character or anything.
The wind knows me.
Okay, this is taller than I thought it was going to be. I'm planning on it. It is on my list of things to watch. The older I get, the less I like all the DB heroes. I'm still a big Piccolo fan. I still like Tien and Yamcha, but everyone else just went down, and I already never liked Goku. Well, Krillin is my favorite, and he still is. For more food. Oh, there's Ganyu up there.
Huh? The person standing over there. That's Ganyu. We finally found her. Ganyu, here you are.
You two. I did not expect to meet you
Gosh,
here.
she sounded like a robot at
Is
first.
it official or private?
I don't like him
affairs
with
that
hair
bring you
either.
here?
That's fair.
I shouldn't. I have left the human world. Please contact the Yua High Pavilion regarding matters concerning the commercial port.
Huh? You don't want to be the Qixing secretary anymore? But they're all waiting for you to come back.
That's why you're here? You want me to come back? I'm afraid you came here in vain.
What? Did something happen?
The clouds
So not a
fold and
fan. They left him
unfold.
so far behind.
The
Same with
tide
Tien and
ebbs and
Yamcha.
flows.
Agreed.
It was meant
Agreed.
to be. When the Adepti entrusted humans with overseeing Liyue, I knew it was only a matter of time until I had to leave.
Agreed.
My Adepti blood makes me unwelcome in Liyue Harbor.
I mean, at least Piccolo at least had that really cool fight with Android 17, like when he fused with Kami and everything. Like that was like one of his like really cool things he did in Z, and I don't think he really got a chance to do much against Boo. I mean, none of them really did, other than Goku and Vegeta and Gohan. Yeah, Cell Saga was amazing.
I delivered the letter and came back to Liyue Harbor, only to discover that I had been replaced by Baiwen, Baishao, and Baishe.
What
Perhaps
names?
that mission of mine was just a pretext to remove me. Since the Chi Sing gave me a chance to leave with dignity, I decided to be tactful as well.
Oh, that's true. He did kill Babidi. You're right.
I appreciate your kindness, but there's no need for your words of comfort. After 1,000 years away, I came back to Juyun Karst. Looking at the clouds floating among the mountains brings me peace of mind. I feel better
Yeah,
now.
Tien showed up and like looked cool for a moment, and then got like knocked out almost immediately. Oh, I guess, yeah, Gotenks. Goten and Trunks fused into Gotenks. That was kind of cool. The only thing Krillin did, I'll give him props for this in the Boo saga. When Boo arrived at Kami's tower and was basically just going to murder everyone, instead of running, he charged straight at Boo, which, I mean, he wasn't going to win or do anything. But when his fight or flight instinct kicked in, he chose to attack. So I got to give him props for that.
But...
Who disturbs the peace of these
Oh,
mountains?
jeez. Forgot about her. Could have sworn I did this quest before. I don't think I did, but I don't remember.
One merely jests. One felt your presence the moment you set foot upon this land.
Wow! You Adepti really are impressive!
Come here to chat about the old times with Ganyu. It looks like you get along quite well.
He is a coward, but at the same time, not a single time, like anytime he's asked to fight or if he needs to fight, he steps in and fights. Like, he shows up for every saga, every single major event that happens, he shows up to help. Even if he's not very strong. And yes, he might be afraid, but he still shows up to fight.
Ah, a matter leaves you at an impasse then. Not to worry. One is exceptional at seeking avenues for conversation. One has been one's own companion in idle talk for many
He has such a
year.
strange way of talking.
Ah, yes. Since you are Ganyu's friends, tales from her youth shall one apprise you of, perhaps?
Tales from her youth? We're going to learn about little kid Ganyu? Humans Z are really good. I think I just wish they didn't leave them to the dust. I agree. I don't know what they would do to boost them up, because now that they've gone, you know, Super Saiyan, Mega, Ultra, God times infinity, and the humans are still just human. I mean, their training is never going to let them catch up to the Saiyans. Like, I don't understand how they could catch up at this point. I think it would have been really cool if they stayed caught up much longer. Like, if they were able to do something. They're just not anymore.
Oh, Cloud Retainer.
Nothing to be ashamed of. You were so cute as a child. One is most certain that your friends would like to hear of it.
Her voice sounds really familiar.
Oh, Paimon wants to hear it!
Little Ganyu loved when the horns on the top of her head were caressed. When one was still taking care of her, one was pestered most often to touch her horns. She was elsewise loath to sleep.
That's true. Yeah, in the Android saga, it did feel like they were still mostly able to keep up. I mean, obviously, you know, Super Saiyan Vegeta and Goku were the heavy hitters. Well, I guess not so much Goku since he had the heart virus, but mostly Vegeta. He was obviously the strongest one there, and well, in Trunks. But yes, once Piccolo absorbed Kami and became a Super Namekian, yeah, I guess that is Cell Saga, because that's after Cell arrived. I don't know, when Android Saga ends and Cell Saga begins is kind of a blur to me. But yeah, that is more Cell Saga. But yeah, I don't know, Krillin and Tien at least were able to keep up. Yamcha, not so much. You don't think he was? It's possible. Strive, how's it going, buddy? How you doing?
Plump she was back then. Why, when she stumbled while we ascended the mountain, she would roll down to the bottom like a little ball.
I'm doing pretty good. Doing pretty good, Strive.
Into a pilgrim was the first time
See, I never got that impression, but we also never really see Piccolo do a whole lot of fighting during the Android Saga. It's not really until the Cell Saga that we see him do a lot, that I can remember anyways. Because did he fight 19 or 20? I just remember him being so amazed that Vegeta could go Super Saiyan. Granted, I'm also thinking a lot of when Trunks first showed up. Because everyone was blown away by how strong Trunks was. And when he fought Frieza. Like, that's what I'm picturing in my head. And that's not... it's the beginning of Android Saga, but it's not exactly Android Saga. Why does it keep telling me the Stream Elements bot is running? That's like the second or third time that's popped up.
So fearful she was that she hid in a rock's cleft for 2 days and nights. One found her
because
wailing.
He
as a
went Super
monster she had
Saiyan
seen.
versus 19, and he ripped his arms off. I would say base form Vegeta and Piccolo definitely. Did he not? I don't remember him fighting them. Oh, that's right. He did fight Juro. Okay. That's right. He like karate chopped his hand off.
Cloud retainer?
So it's tough to say because they never really. Yeah, you couldn't necessarily say that one of them was like way stronger than the other.
Forget it. It's about time
Because
for my
neither
training.
of them
I will
really
take my leave.
struggle against anything that they come across until they both struggle against 17 and 18.
Ah, one's intention was merely to relieve the awkward tension.
And you did the exact opposite. Impressive.
Be that so? Huh.
Huh.
But returning to Ganyu, most gladdened one is of your arrival. One cannot help but feel that remaining in Jueyun Karst shall not be good for her. One will tell you more about her, if you should permit it. Most benevolent among all Adepti are the Qilin.
Oh, this
They
is kind of
drink
cool.
only spring water and eat only whole grain. But perhaps the mountainous dwellings of Adepti in Jueyun Karst might be too lonely for her human side. Under moonlight did one see her last. She stood by the precipice's edge, and upon the mist-veiled mountains she gazed. Her thin figure was immersed in the vast sea of clouds. One noticed her loneliness, and sought to convince her to go back to the human world. But just then, she said thus.
Liyue Harbor feels even lonelier than Jueyun Karst. When I look at the sea of clouds in Jueyun Karst, I merely feel the loneliness of a solitary cloud gazer. When I step into the sea of people in Liyue, I feel the loneliness of an inhuman that doesn't belong in the human world.
One did, by chance, hear this much of Ganyu's thoughts.
I love the animation style in this. Like, that was awesome. That was really well done. I think Piccolo was leaving too much in the bank against 17. He was afraid of Cell showing up like he said, which did happen. That's why he didn't put everything he had until he saw Cell and didn't think he could wait anymore. He's so cute. Strive. When they first met 17, 18, they both got pwned, so how strong was Vegeta Super really? That's fair. That's fair. Because we don't really have a great comparison. And again, my only real basis for what I was thinking was how strong Trunks was when he just decimated Frieza. Because Piccolo was terrified of Frieza at that point. But that was, what, 3 years before the androids showed up? So they had time to train. So obviously Piccolo got much stronger than he was at that point. And then when Vegeta showed up, would have probably been around Trunks's level when he went Super Saiyan, would be my guess. If not higher, but at least at where Trunks was. Because every time we see Vegeta after that, he's stronger than Trunks, other than when Trunks does his crazy super bulky transformation that didn't work very well against Cell. It's true. It's true.
Alone, she will find her predicament hard to conquer.
Oh, Retainer's right. We can't leave Ganyu depressed like that. Besides, Liyue hasn't given up on her. She's got it all wrong. Anyways, what's that training Ganyu was talking about?
This is true. This is true. And then when his dad, which is why I said, like, in most cases, he was shown as weaker. But then when his dad was knocked out, he went all out and was stronger. It's just, that didn't work either because it slowed him down. So I'm not saying he was weaker, just that he was presenting himself as weaker.
She has sought to reclaim her Adeptus side since returning to Jueyun Karst. At her behest, one has organized training for her to achieve that end.
She should be in the southern part of Mount Aotsong right now, preparing for the trial.
Huh, is that so? Let's go take a look then.
I mean, the only time we really get a good look at how strong Vegeta was is compared to Piccolo would be when he fought second form Cell, which did beat Piccolo, but Piccolo was tired from fighting 17. That's a long ways away. So yeah, we don't ever have a great real comparison between the two of them. Not until Buu Saga again. Yes, correct. And then Piccolo also remarked that even if he went into the hyperbolic time chamber again, that he wouldn't be able to catch up to Vegeta.
I have gathered everyone here today to make an important announcement. Perhaps some of you will have heard the news already. I am, in fact,
Planning?
Rebuild the Jade Chamber? That's a huge project.
That guy's voice did not match.
So the rumors are true. No wonder the price of building.
I would say in
materials
most of
has
the
gone up
fights
so
against
much lately.
Frieza, Piccolo was stronger than Vegeta. Like, especially like after he absorbed Nail. Vegeta maybe was similar strength after he died and came back. Talstos, have a good one. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight. But I would not have argued Vegeta would be stronger like definitively until like towards the end of the Cell Saga at earliest. Yeah, no, I agree. After you pointed out that we don't ever really have a good baseline to compare them, I don't think you can clearly say that Vegeta was way stronger unless like Toriyama comes out and says like, oh yeah, he was this power level or whatever.
Lady Ningguang, is there any way we can be of service?
Patience. Since the news made it out a few days ago, I have already had many people contacting me to declare an interest in joining the project. Nevertheless, I do have a few matters I should like to entrust to you here today. The building site has been chosen, and most of the materials have been assembled. 3 key items are, however, still outstanding. They are as follows: Sunset Vermilionite, Wonder Cores, and Adepti Sigils.
World is Shinny Wifey texting me. Oh, that's fantastic. It's an indoor park ranger t-shirt with an Ewok on the front of it for kids. Let me see if I can. Hold on. Can I get it to focus on here? I don't know if I can or not. Come on, camera, focus. I don't know how well you can see because my phone's also like really struggling to display properly on the camera. But I love it. And switch back. Cell games is when Vegeta goes Super Vegeta. Is it the Cell games the first time? I thought it was when he used Final Flash, which was when he first fought Perfect Cell. I collected some of like one of the earliest card games in the 90s. At least one of the earliest card games I was ever aware of. But I never had anyone to play it with. So I've never played any of the DBZ card games. I'm also not a huge card game player. I don't really enjoy playing card games all that much. All I ever did was collect them.
Excuse my ignorance, Lady Ningguang. I'm familiar enough with Plaustrite, but I've never even heard of those other two.
Completely sure when they end it, but I always thought it ended after the 17 Piccolo fight. Wait, when they end what? Oh, in the Android Saga? Oh, you're saying Cell games as in like the Cell Saga, not the... I see what... Okay, I was confused.
Sufficiently large pieces of
I was thinking you meant like he went Super Vegeta during the Cell games, but he didn't really do a whole lot during the Cell games. It was mostly Goku and Gohan and Hercule.
Mechanical structure of the Jade Chamber.
Oh, is that a different saga? Is the Cell saga different than the Cell games, really? I thought that was all just one whole saga. I didn't even realize that. I always thought it was just Android, then Cell Saga, then Boo Saga. I guess the Boo Saga was probably broken up into multiple sagas too.
Adepti sigils serve as a means of integrating the mechanical devices with Adepti art. They are as indispensable as the mechanical core itself. Although these 3 items are rare, I trust that with your connections and capabilities, procuring them will not be a question of if,
That's fair,
but of when. I take the saying, time is money, more seriously than most. Efficiency is everything. I will pay a generous price for the materials that you find, and in addition, the first 3 people who collect all the materials will have the opportunity to ask me a question. You may ask me anything, and I will give you an honest answer. I trust that this means of compensation will be to everyone's satisfaction.
These things won't be easy to get hold of. But if it means a chance to get some inside information on Liyue Harbor's development plan for next year...
that is a weird thing that they did.
Then it's the deal of a lifetime. Information from Lady Ningguang is priceless. Whoever gets to it first takes the market.
Haha, what a coincidence! I won't divulge too much, but I heard some murmurings about some Plostrite just the other day. So excuse me all, but I have some business to do.
They could have all been one saga.
No. We better move quickly, or this opportunity will be snatched away from us.
Ningguang's rebuilding the Jade Chamber? This is a huge deal! Let's get involved!
And we might have to throw it at another ancient god at some point.
So you heard my announcement, did you? What do you think? Interested?
Did her voice actress change? Like in the middle of that?
Yes. Providing the question pertains to something I am knowledgeable about.
Oh, that's a good idea, Traveler.
Ooh, then Paimon will ask you about how to run a business! Then we'll never be short of Mora ever again.
Gosh dang it, Paimon.
Of course. But how much information I share with you will depend on your performance.
I think it probably was based off of the androids, then regular cell, then after regular cell transformed, they moved over. Could be.
The construction of the Jade Chamber requires a great deal of space. The abandoned mine outside the Golden House has been selected as the building site. Once you have collected the materials, please take them there. I have other business to attend to now. Otherwise, I would gladly escort you to the site in person. When you do arrive, please seek out my secretary. Remember, this is a race against the clock. A rare opportunity presents itself to you. Do not let somebody else snatch it from your grasp.
Bye-bye, Ningguang.
I'm super busy. Come on, we'd better get going. First, we gotta get out of Eugene Terrace. Huh? Look! It seems like
Who's
there's
that?
something kind of fishy going on over there.
I just assumed the Cell game saga would have started when he announced the Cell games in the show, but maybe
Ma'am,
not.
You seem like an eminent and distinguished young lady to me. I can see that you're easily gonna win this procurement.
I think this is a
contest Lady
character that I
Ningguang
don't
set up.
have, and I probably missed because I wasn't playing
As
the
it
game for a
happens,
while.
We have some information about the materials that I really think might interest you. Come on, let's find somewhere a little more private, and we can get down to brass tacks.
No, I don't need it.
Ah, don't be like that. Hey, Come on, don't go! Why don't you stand there after her?
Wow, he seems like a jerk.
Oh, right, yeah.
Chang the Brave. Sure, he's so brave. Yeah, but then it's no lead up. Second stage cell is very short and becomes perfect, and they follow him right after he announces the games.
Did you see that? They said they had some useful information.
I mean, even if you included the
Just what we need right now.
second stage cell,
Them and see what we can
he
find.
wasn't second stage cell for very long, so I mean, that wouldn't extend the saga by very much. I'm not saying it's not that way, it just I don't know. That's just where I would have logically placed it, not where it is, because I have no idea. Where did they go? Okay, 60 meters. Right here.
They're not here. Let's keep looking.
Well, will you look at that, ma'am? Nowhere left to run.
She looks like a main character. I'm pretty sure she's just gonna beat the crap out of all of them.
Guys, you give us some Mora, we give you a little info. Everybody's a winner.
Boss, I got a bad feeling about this. Look at her, the white hair, the energy she gives off. I'm telling you, there's something different about her.
She looks a little different.
So what? She's loaded. How are we ever going to repay those gambling debts if we just let money walk away from us, huh?
I've already told you, I don't need your information. If you still can't grasp that, I'm happy to repeat it in a way that won't be so easy
She's
to
got
forget.
really strange eyes.
Come on, ma'am. You seem like an intelligent lady. I shouldn't have to spell this out to you. It's not
This guy.
about whether you need the info or not, okay? It's about you taking out your money.
Like how the
and
guard's
handing it
just
over,
standing
nobody
literally
getting
like
hurt.
20 feet away.
I won't.
No more excuses! I know you have money. I saw you. Yeah, I saw you. Strolling into Leo Lee Pavilion, ordering a table full of food, and only taking a few bites.
Dang. That's pretty crazy.
Then Shinyue Kiosk, then Wanmin Restaurant. Same story each time. You order all the signature dishes, take a few bites, then you're on your way again. How could you afford to be so wasteful if you weren't from a rich family? And since you're so rich, what's the loss to you in giving us a little spare change, huh?
Master warned me not to lay a hand on anyone in Liyue Harbor. But here we are. Perhaps... yes. Let's call it fate.
Boss, I'm telling you, something's not right.
What are you afraid of? We're just selling information. It's not illegal. If she lays a finger on us, all the better. We'll sue her for everything.
Oh, you again.
Millilith. What are the Millilith doing here? Did you do this? You ought to mind your own business. I swear.
Silence! How dare you threaten innocent civilians? You're coming with us.
No, don't be angry, sir. Please, let me explain.
Yeah, but does he have hair? The Milligan, take away the hooligans. She's not happy.
Shenhe.
Shenhe?
Shenhe?
That's not how I would have pronounced that.
My name.
Oh, so your name's Shenhe. nobody.
Oh, I've heard about you two before. Thank you for helping to defuse the situation.
Don't
I
remember.
could have dealt with it myself, though. I suspect smashing his head against the ground a handful of times is all it would have taken to get him to surrender.
I do always like it when they have him shave his head again.
You can't do that. That's way too violent. This is Liyue Harbor. There are laws against that kind of stuff, you know.
Laws? No, apparently not.
Really? So how exactly have you...
That would be my stomach growling. I haven't eaten enough.
She's so honest. Wait, that's right. They said you went around all the restaurants ordering this and that and the other, but only took a small bite of each dish. Then of course you're still hungry. So, anything in particular you're hungry for?
Chingson, glaze lily, violet grass. These are my usuals. Medicinal herbs?
Kinda hard to explain. Anyway, Boo Boo Pharmacy's not far away. Let's take Shenhe there for a big medicinal
I'm assuming
meal.
she's not human, and it kind of looks like she has a horn on. I mean, I'm pointing at Paimon's head here, but Shenhe had like a horn on the side of her head, so I'm assuming she's a.
You can't work on an empty stomach.
Wow, Quillen. I don't remember. I can't remember the word for it, but basically the same thing like Ganyu.
Do you think Shenhe might be
An adeptus. That's the word I was thinking of.
Seems like it's her...
Are you here to buy some herbs? I do hope you brought your prescription.
Chingson, glaze lily, and violet grass, please. Half a pound of each.
Yes, Shrive knew what I was thinking
What
of.
kind of prescription is this? Sounds more like a lunch order. Oh, here you go. That's everything we have in stock.
Thank you.
She's really eating them.
My hunger has now abated. Thank you. Rather awful.
I don't know why that was so funny to me.
Though they were not completely devoid of sweet fragrance. After consuming a large quantity of them, bitterness is all that remains.
So, how come you chow down on these and barely touch the restaurant food? If Paimon had enough, Mora, Paimon would go to the fanciest restaurant in town and order a whole table of food and eat it all in
Strive, what are you up to tonight? You playing games?
Because I'm not sure whether I will remain here in the future.
Christian House, how's it going, buddy? It has been a while. Ever since Minecraft. It's been a while since I've streamed Minecraft or done any Minecraft videos. So yeah, that's been a bit. It's probably been like 4+ years, would be my guess.
The food of the mortal realm is most delicious. But should I return to the mountains, yearning for the food here shall only pose an obstacle to my continued spiritual development. Sampling each dish in order to appreciate its taste is enough.
Return to the
When's the last time I streamed Dokkan?
Paimon.
I actually tried to stream it once. I think it was like towards the beginning, maybe middle of 2020. I tried to stream it and I was like, I just couldn't do it anymore. I hadn't actually like solidly played it in quite some time, and it was still like had that like addicting, like I needed to spend money on Dragonstones and I needed to summon for the next banner, and I'm like, but why? Like seriously, why was I paying for it? And so I uninstalled it right then and there, and I've not played it since. You were playing Ghost, but now you're just chilling. Haven't been bad, just back to back hospital, that's it. Oh dang, man, I'm sorry to hear that, man. That's rough. I don't have a good response for that. I'm sorry. I know a little bit about what it can be like to go in and out of the hospital a lot. I have a autoimmune disease, so I'm there fairly regularly. So hopefully you're doing okay. Hopefully it's nothing too serious, or at least hopefully something that can be managed. Really sorry to hear that. Cystic fibrosis. I didn't remember that specifically, but now that you have reminded me, I do remember hearing about it, but I did not remember that that's what you had before you reminded me. But still, it's never a pleasant experience dealing with that kind of a thing.
Enough about me. What are your plans from here?
Oh, right! Paimon almost forgot! We came out to take part in the Rebuild the Jade Chamber competition! And now we're probably super behind because we've been held up for so long.
I see. I heard something about the contest when I was passing by.
Yep! You get to
Either way, Christian, I'm glad you're still around.
Were you interested in the contest too, Shinha?
I came for the rebuilding of the Jade Chamber, but until this point I had no intention of joining a contest.
So just us mentioning it, now she may have an intention.
However, you have shown me your kindness, and I would now like to lend you my assistance. Oh, don't worry. I ask for nothing in return.
Wow! You really don't have to. But having an Adeptus help out will make things a whole lot easier, so...
Then let's not delay. I have a plan.
Started playing Dokkan again, had to get a new account. I think mine's still linked to like my Facebook account or something. I haven't even tried to re-download it or sign in or anything. I don't want to. Just quit that Marvel Strike Force game. I don't even play that either. Yeah, having a different autoimmune disease. I have ulcerative colitis. Having that makes me understand your side of that statement. I've also had people say that kind of a thing to me, and I'm sitting here like, you say that, but I wouldn't give this to anybody. I don't want anyone else to have it. And so like, that's not something, I mean, you can't do it anyways, but like, that's not something I would allow to happen. Just like what you said.
I am not sure whether or to what extent this plan can be classified as awesome. I do, however, believe it will be highly effective. We simply need to dispose of everyone who is currently ahead of us. Then, we alone shall become the victors.
She wants to kill everybody else? I decided to boycott that game because I'm boycotting the movies. I just can't put up with what they do to characters. Oh, you're saying you just quit the Marvel Strike Force game. Okay, okay.
Vito! That is not acceptable! Not by a long shot!
Really? But I hear that competition is in essence about conflict and one-upmanship.
Look, we want to win this competition fair and square, okay? Sunset Vermilionite, Wonder Cores, and Adepti Sigils. Let's start at the top of the list and work down. So, for Plastrite...
I was wondering who I could hear arguing over there. So,
I haven't seen him in a while.
It's you.
Baishu? What are you doing out here?
He's still not a playable character yet, is he, Strive? Like, I know he eventually will be, but like they've added other Dendro characters like Kole and Tignari. Something like that.
Lady Ningguang wishes to purchase a large batch
Just
of
don't
wound
like
dressing.
changing
We're
characters for
running
no
low
reason.
at
If
the
they don't like a
store,
character, they
so
should just make a
I
new
came out
character.
to fetch the ingredients
I can agree with that.
personally.
Huh? How can Lady Ningguang?
I'm not too sure. I
But
did
you
hear
might not
she's
want to
looking
read the
rebuild
comics
the
then
Jade
either, because
Chamber.
that's
Maybe
like
for
a
its
normal thing
first
they've
aid on
done
site? I
for
didn't
like
ask, though.
forever
Far be it from me to
with
pry
any
into
comic
my
character.
customers' personal
That's just
affairs.
normal for comics.
Oh, and she also borrowed Chi-Chi, meaning Boo Boo Pharmacy is very short-handed right now. I don't suppose any of you are looking for part-time work by any chance?
Oh yeah, it's a good chance we're in a different time zone. Oh well, I was just meaning, I don't know, any of the comics from the past, like 80-ish years. They're just constantly changing the characters. That's just how comics work. So them changing characters for the movie, for me, is just normal comic stuff. So that didn't bother me at all.
No, we've got other stuff to do. While you're here though, you seem to know a lot. Have you ever heard of something called Sunset Vermilionite?
Ah, the variety of plostrite used in the Jade Chamber, yes?
Seven
There is
Mountain
some mention of it in the
Treatises?
7 Mountain Treatises. When activated, Sunset Vermilionite rises up all the way into the clouds. It's very rare indeed. As far as the records show, virtually all Sunset Vermilionite in existence has been mined and taken possession of. But the Feiyun Commerce Guild would know far more about this than I do.
You say that, but again, the comics do that all the time. They make characters who were good be bad. They make characters who had one kind of personality have a completely different type of personality. Hence why Marvel has like, I don't know, 10 plus main timeline continuities in the comics, because each one has like different versions of characters that are almost nothing like each other. That's what made it so hard for me to get into Marvel Comics to begin with.
Okay then, let's go ask at the Feiyun Commerce Guild. Thanks, Baiju.
You're quite welcome. Good luck to you all. And if there's anything further you need from me, just come to the Boo Boo Pharmacy.
I do want him as a playable character. I want that to happen. Feiyun Commerce Guild. Teleport. Well, yeah, that would be a fairly minor change from the comics, I would think.
Master Xingqiu, thank goodness you're finally back.
I don't know what you would be saying they're doing now that they haven't done stuff like it before. I mean, I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm not sure what would be the problem, if that makes sense.
Oh, why do I detect an urgency in your voice?
I have not heard his voice in a long time. I forgot that's what he sounded like.
The guild has had a whole string of strange orders in recently. Everyone's been completely caught off guard. Your father gave me specific instructions to ask you to stay and help out if I happen to see you.
I see. Have someone sort the orders by type for now. I'll deal with them myself shortly.
Oh, that's fair. I mean, you probably wouldn't get me angry, but that's fair. If you think it's a political thing. I don't know what they're doing that would be political either. Maybe I haven't been paying enough attention.
Oh, how wonderful. Thank you, Master. With you on the job, I can breathe a sigh of relief.
Hey, Xingqiu! Glad you're here. We want to ask you for some information.
Traveler, Paimon, please wait a moment. Shu, I need to entertain some guests. Please continue with your work for the time being, and we'll discuss the matter of the guild's orders in more detail later on.
Understood, Master Xingqiu. Then I will leave you in peace.
I legitimately have no idea what that means.
I wasn't counting on finding you here today. What's going on? And how, pray tell, may I be of service?
Xingqiu, have you ever heard of Sunset Vermilionite?
Oh, I see. So you've entered Lady Ningguang's contest as well.
As well?
This questline is going to have a lot of like major characters in it.
The truth
It
is,
seems like,
the Feiyun
like
Commerce
we've already
Guild is in
seen
possession of some
Ganyu,
Sunset
the
Vermilionite, but only one piece.
Cloud Retainer, Ningguang, Shenhe, Baizu, now Jingzhou.
We are holding it
Probably
on behalf of
more
someone
after
who has
that. I
asked us to
actually
put it
forgot
up
she
for
was with
auction.
us. I
And
forgot
a
she
lot
was
of
tagging
interested
along.
Parties have already come to us inquiring about the price.
I mean, they've been doing that for decades. That's not a new thing. That's just something that has been happening for a long time.
At the end of the day, it all comes down to supply and demand. In this case, I'm guessing the final transaction price may be in excess of 500 million mora.
That's a lot of money.
500 million!
Paimon.
Honestly, I would recommend that you don't bother bidding on this one. The price is greatly inflated, and...
But without any Sunset Vermilionite...
Don't panic. I don't suppose you ever heard of Sea Gazer?
I assume they're like Cloud Retainer, maybe?
Who?
Sea Gazer was once very close to Mountain Shaper, but if I am not mistaken, he has already passed away.
Yes, precisely. I didn't know anyone else knew about him.
You heading out, Strive?
According to records of drifting clouds, Sea Gazer once built an abode to store his rarest and most exquisite treasures, among which
Strive,
was some
have a good one.
Sunset Vermilion.
Thanks for hanging out with us tonight.
After Sea Gazer passed, the abode was abandoned, and its location was lost to time. Luckily, I came into possession of a stack of folk history books just recently. They make some oblique references to this lost abode, and after cross-referencing them against each other, I'm now fairly certain that it is situated in the Lisha area.
I mean, as far as I know, they've done that with like a version of his character, not every version of Gambit.
That's great! But is it really okay for us to just go and take his treasure? Wouldn't it be a little, you know, disrespectful with him being an Adeptus?
We were discussing he was dead, right?
You needn't worry. As far as I understand, Sea Gazer was very open-minded. Even while he was alive, he wouldn't have let something like this bother him.
Okay.
Open-minded? I have not heard of Sea Gazer being described in this way before. May I ask where you read that?
I mean, all of their universes are all happening at the same time, but like, I'm just saying it's one version of the character. It's not every version of Gambit. That's fair. A lot of people do have trouble dealing with change. That's a normal thing. That's a normal reaction.
Just a rumor I heard out in the mountains. All right then, let's go.
There's something about this young lady that reminds me of a good friend of mine.
If it reminds him of Ganyu, maybe?
I almost forgot. Adepti abodes tend to have very ingenious designs, especially when it comes to their defense mechanisms. Plus, it's likely to be crawling with monsters after being abandoned for so long. So please...
Okay, we will be. Thanks, Xingqiu.
Ah, okay. So you have a very extreme grasp on the amount of change that's allowed, I guess. Christian, have a good night, man. No, I guess you're just saying you're hitting the shower, but I assume that means I probably won't see you again for a while. But I do try to stream every week, so if you happen to stop by, I'll be here.
Let's see. Shincho said it should be around here, but Paimon doesn't see anything.
That's handy.
This place was hidden using a special Adepti art. But now that I have removed it, we can inspect the area more closely.
Wow, that's amazing! Yep, let's take another look around. Hey, look!
Try my best. You got lucky tonight. I fell asleep at 6 p.m. Woke up at 12. Oh, is it midnight right now where you're at? I mean, I guess it's like 11:30 right now here, almost 11:30. I do stream pretty late. I don't stream. I don't usually start till like 9 p.m. for me. I've been going not quite 2 hours, about an hour and a half. I started a little late tonight. You just want the character how it should be. I see. See, for me, there isn't really a way how most of these characters should be, since they all kind of have shared stories and writers. Very few of them have, like, very few of them have only ever had one story about them. Most of them have had tons and tons and tons. Okay. Ice, earth, and fire. I can probably at least change my team around a little bit. I think I'll do that.
We can help.
Yeah.
What? Weren't we at a waterfall just now? How did we suddenly end up here? Oh, so many clouds. It feels like we're high up in the sky.
I believe this is the abode of that Adeptus.
I guess. I mean, I feel like there's ways they could make that work.
With any luck, the sunset Vermilionite we're looking for should be in here.
Really?
I don't feel like he would be the same character necessarily, but I feel like you could do that and have him have the title of Spawn. Just like you can have different characters with the title of Thor. I don't know if Spawn was ever exactly a title necessarily, but I don't know. I see it kind of like Spider-Man, how you can have different characters with the title of Spider-Man.
Look, it's gone, and now that Paimon takes a closer look, the rocks and trees here don't seem complete.
Oh, you don't like that either. Okay. So you don't even like when they do make a new character. Okay.
If we want to go down, we must first destroy the mechanism that is maintaining the Adepti art.
All right, then let's do it.
Well, Miles Morales is a new character.
I sense the presence of monsters in this place. I don't know where they are hiding, so we'd better be careful.
He has a new name. Random user, have a good night, man. thanks for hanging out. Is this? I was not paying attention. Does this connect? But he's not stealing the name. He's sharing the name.
Time to go.
I feel like they've made that very clear. I mean, I guess that's fine. You can not like it. Ah, okay. Oh, that was weird. It was like not letting me double jump. I mean, I don't see what the problem with another person with spider powers also being called Spider-Man is, especially from different universes. Because there's also Ben Reilly or the Peter Parker clones. I mean, you have quite a few different not Peter Parker characters that have been Spider-Man over the years. There is also a ghost spider.
You can't run.
I mean, I guess I understand that it doesn't make sense. That is really strange to me, but I mean, it doesn't upset me that it doesn't make sense to you. Was that the last thing I needed? This place is really strange.
It appears that we've been taken for intruders. This time, why not allow me to take care of this?
No, I guess I should pay attention. They're all fire.
Wind strike.
Oh, wow.
The core of the mechanism is exposed. Now's our chance.
Oh, it's gonna take a few. Maybe, or maybe I'll get lucky and be able to. There we go. Makes you mad that they give him the Spider-Man title? That's such an odd thing to get mad about.
Is everyone okay? Look! Cecilia's disappeared beneath the clouds again!
It looks like we need to go further down. But before that, let's destroy the guard mechanisms on this level first.
Oh, hello. Should probably heal before I fight you.
You can't run.
Boing, boing, boom! Boom!
Wind strike. Time to go.
Lights out.
Almost got him. This is such an odd, like, place to be. Like, I don't think I've ever quite done a map like this one. You boycott that movie also? Okay.
We're gonna fall. This time, we're really gonna
See, and I love history too, but I don't really see comic books as history because there's so many different versions of them.
There was a pool of water at the bottom. Otherwise, that could have ended very differently. Hey! That Sealy's on the move again. Let's catch up with it. Huh. Something looks different about this stone wall. Let's take a closer look.
Okay. Well, this is... Huh. I wonder if there's... Oh, there is a chest. Glad I looked. Doesn't go any further. Okay. That's so strange. I mean, I understand. That's just so different to me.
Time to go.
Jumpy Dumpty Go!
As one with wind and cloud.
You can't run. Yeah.
Wind strike.
That does not do a lot of damage to that thing. Oh, jeez. Hello. Ah! Got stuck.
You can't run. Punishment. Wind, hear me.
Boing, boing, boom!
Wind strike.
There we go. Got him before he transformed. Come on.
Judgment! Jumpy Dumpty Go!
You can't run.
Oh. Okay. No, don't do that. Oh, that hurt a lot.
I swear by my sword.
Do something. Oh, okay. Jerks.
Lights out.
Ow.
What a nuisance.
Ow.
You can't run.
Go.
Wind strike.
I remember watching Justice League and Hal Jordan and the Lanterns whole thing, as there are many of them, but I just didn't like that he wasn't the one anymore. Even though he wasn't even the first. That's so funny. That's so strange. That is such a unique perspective to have. I don't know if I've ever heard anyone have a perspective like that before.
Look over there! Could that be the sunset
I guess it could be Paimon. I don't know. Guess we'll find out when we get over there. I have a feeling that Santa Claus movie is going to be bad for other reasons, but it's like what? Like the fourth one in the series or something like that? I can't imagine it's going to hold up to like the same quality anymore. I don't know though. Maybe they'll surprise me.
Is this it? Is this the Sunset Vermilionite? It's so huge.
True. The Jade Chamber's also huge.
But then again, why isn't it floating?
Prostrate doesn't float until it's activated. It may look different.
She sounded
from
like
most ordinary
upset when she
stones,
said
but
that.
it weighs around the same amount. Only after being activated does Prostrate reveal its true nature, breaking free from the shackles of the mortal realm and ascending up into the heavens.
Wow, Shenhe. You seem to know everything about this.
Only because my master is fond of chatting about these things. The moment she has some time to spare, she'll come straight for me and start telling story after story. I don't care for her stories most of the time. I certainly didn't expect them to ever come in handy like this.
Hold on a sec. Paimon just realized something.
Paimon just realized something.
If we activate it here, there's no way we'll be able to get it back to the site, right? Heck, we'll be dragged up into the sky too! But if we don't activate it, how else are we gonna lift it? This rock must weigh well over 1,000 pounds, surely!
That... I don't even follow that logic for that movie though, because he wasn't even the first Santa Claus in those movies. He was the replacement Santa Claus. Like the whole reason he was Santa Claus in the first place was because he took it over from somebody else. So in that universe, it's supposed to pass on to somebody else. Like they established that that's how it works.
Don't worry. I can handle the weight quite easily.
I don't think he was the first Santa. Oh, you're saying Tim Allen was the first one in that universe? Kind of. The first one it really followed, I guess. Yeah, but they already established that there were other Santas before that, and it had already changed before that. Well, yeah, the first one you know is Tim, but that doesn't... I don't know. Your reasoning doesn't follow their own lore in that one.
Are you sure? Be careful.
You don't like Hal being replaced. And Hal wasn't even the first Lantern either. He wasn't even the first human Green Lantern. I'm thinking you're not liking things changing from how you first experienced them, not how they first were. So even if they don't replace the character, like for example, Jon Stewart being a Green Lantern in addition to Hal Jordan, even when they're not replacing them, you're still upset that another character exists. That's so strange. Are you just angry all the time? Is that how that works? I think I would like have a hernia or something. You're unique is how I would say it. That is a very unique perspective. Again, I've never met or even heard of anyone with a similar outlook on life to you. That is extremely unique.
Please don't worry. I'm well aware that a plaustrite sample this large must be highly valuable. I will be gentle with it and make sure it does not get damaged. My safety.
That's right! Paimon's sure you can handle it and everything, but if something this heavy lands on you, you're gonna get yourself hurt! No matter who, you gotta be extra careful when lifting heavy objects. It's just common sense!
So, I'm assuming you didn't start watching until Dragon Ball Z? Since the Piccolo you like is the replacement Piccolo? He's the second Piccolo?
Is it now? Well then, thank you. I'll go on ahead with the plaustrite. Let's meet at the building site later.
So you're okay with that change then? So weird. That's so weird. I can't follow the logic. He was a reincarnation of him at first. And he was trying to accomplish the same goal. That's so weird. She just lifts it up.
How is Shenhe able to carry that huge rock all by herself?
So you're okay if Piccolo is the same, but acts different. But you're not okay with a character like Miles Morales, who is different, but has the same name. I'm just trying to understand. Like, it seriously makes no sense to me. I don't see how one of those is different than the other. He's a completely different person. Miles is a completely different person, yes. Miles and Peter Parker are very different. I agree. He's not King Piccolo to you. Even though he was, he's not to you. This is so strange. Did they just... Was all this, like, added because of this quest? Because I don't remember, like, any of this stuff being over here. Then again, I haven't really been exploring around in a while, so I don't know if this stuff is normally here or not.
Oh my god, I can't believe my eyes.
Okay, but everything you're saying also applies to Miles Morales. He also had a different life experience than Peter Parker. He's not the same person.
How can she lift that massive rock all by herself? She's got to be one of those Adepti, surely.
Oh, mighty Adeptus, please give me your blessing so that in the coming year I may reap a more bountiful salary.
This is top tier in size and quality, and the condition it's in is quite simply immaculate. Congratulations, this item is approved for submission.
He has a different title.
I'm going to award you full marks for the Sunset Vermilionite item. May I take your name?
My name isn't important. I'm not even here to compete.
Okay. So are you okay with Spider-Man 2099? Is that acceptable? I'm trying to figure out like the level of acceptable here.
I I was just delivering this for some other people. They should be here any minute now.
Shenhe, and Ningguang's little helper.
Ah, so you're the ones behind this. No wonder. The rarest talent turns in the rarest plastrite specimen. But I have to correct you on one point. It's not helper, it's secretary.
Okay then, Miss Secretary, what do you think of the rest of
He's a Spider-Man from the future, from the year 2099. I can't remember his name though, like his actual name. I mean, it's not Peter Parker. I don't know. I've always only known him as Spider-Man 2099. That's the only way I've ever been introduced to him. I don't know if that's how he's normally called. Like I don't know what his normal title is.
In truth, it is the finest.
That's just how I've always heard him
received so far.
referred to as, to differentiate him from Spider-Man.
If everything
That's
goes
so
according
strange.
to plan, we will use this piece in the
That is
foundation
such
of
a-
the Jade Chamber, which will enable
such
us
a
to
unique
proceed to the next stage of construction.
Perspective.
As a side note, Lady Ningguang has rented some dwellings in the nearby area to serve as accommodations for the contestants. If you need a place to rest, you are welcome to stay there. Now, please excuse me. As you can see, there is still a lot of work to do on the building site.
Shenhe, just now on the way over, pretty much everyone was singing your praises.
Oh, really?
I did actually watch the Mighty Ducks cartoon. I grew up with that.
What kind of reaction is that? So strange. Aren't you happy about it? Whenever Paimon gets praised, Paimon can't help but hold their head up high and
That was forever ago. I don't remember very many details about it. I remember, I feel like not only did they play hockey, but they also like fought crime or something. And I remember it being on at a semi-similar time to like Darkwing Duck. And so sometimes I would get there was like Robo Duck or something from Darkwing Duck, and I would sometimes get him confused for a character on Mighty Duck because I was like really small. Oh, okay. Let's see. Okay, so Power Rangers probably make you extremely angry then. Oh my goodness.
I've had similar compliments before. They call me an Adeptus, treat me with great deference and respect, as if I'm set apart from the common folk.
Yeah, 'cause that's how Adepti are. At least the ones we've met are pretty unique and reclusive too. Way different than normal people.
Did it make you mad before that? When they basically replaced Jason as leader with Tommy?
But I am not...
Shenhe?
I'm fine. I've been exerting myself quite a lot ever since we set foot in that abode. I'm just a little fatigued.
Jason has always been my favorite ranger. Forever. And I'm so glad he still shows up occasionally for things.
Makeshift hotels we can use, right?
For like events and stuff.
And take a rest.
like in the Power Rangers continuity or whatever.
No need.
But even
I
with him
simply
as my
need to find
favorite,
myself a secluded place
I
in the wilderness to sit and
never had a
meditate
problem
in
with Tommy.
silence.
They brought him back for that Red Ranger movie. He's been in a handful of things. I know they did like Forever Red several years back, and I feel like he's came back a couple of times even since then. I actually follow the actor Austin St. John on a couple of different social media things. And he came back after Mighty Morphin. Was it Zeo? That doesn't sound right. I don't know. He came back as the Gold Ranger at one point, but I can't remember. I wasn't actually like actively watching at that point in time. I just remember he came back, and that was really cool too.
You can't do that. It's dangerous out in the wild on your own. When you're hungry, you go eat something tasty. And when you're tired, you go lie down in a nice, comfy bed. Alright? Seriously, don't punish yourself like this.
Okay.
I watched pretty regularly when I was little. I watched Mighty Morphin pretty much all the way through. I didn't really like Zeo and Turbo. And then they had the In Space. I remember watching that one. I really, really liked that one. It had new characters, new Rangers, new powers, etc. And then I don't know if I watched any of them after that. Like around that time I was getting older, and like the show didn't appeal to me quite as much anymore. I have no idea how old I was when it started. I don't doubt you on that.
Great! Now we're talking. Let's head to our hotel.
Makeshift hotel? I wonder if there's any chests on these. Like if new chests have spawned or anything. Don't see any there. I mean, I can't see everything from here, but I don't visibly see any. Oh, Power Rangers with a werewolf looking ranger. I don't know if I've seen that one. I don't know. Is that a newer one? Thought that was cool until he turned good and they changed him from being a werewolf looking dude to a regular ranger.
You're just in time. We only have 2 rooms left. Since this was chosen as the building site for the new Jade Chamber,
Oh, Wild
we've
Force?
had a constant stream of people in
I
this area.
guess
And not just
that one's
workers
probably
either.
been around for a few
Visitors,
years.
Business people, tea sellers, all sorts.
Oh yeah, I heard about that.
So business is booming for me today. Very few vacancies. You're lucky you got here when you did.
Great!
One of your rooms is still being cleaned. I guess it should be ready within the hour. The other room is just at the door on the left.
This
Here are
building
your
doesn't look like
keys.
it can have very many
All right.
rooms.
Hope you enjoy your stay. Please excuse me, I'll leave you to it.
Shenhe, you should go get some rest. We'll hang around outside until the other room's ready. Paimon's gonna go see if there's anything good to eat around here. Paimon couldn't help but notice one of the guests walk in with a huge grilled chicken drumstick before.
She's making me hungry. This thing says it came out in 2002. Wild Force did? Dang.
Let's buy one for Shenhe too.
Holy
She
cow.
can have it as a midnight snack, or save it for breakfast tomorrow.
All right. I will head to my room for now. If you need anything, don't hesitate to disturb me. I'm a light sleeper. I will hear if you knock on the door.
That's crazy.
See you tomorrow.
So that would have had to have made it only like a handful of versions after In Space, I think.
Let's go and say hi.
One trusts you have met Shen He. So, are you getting along quite well?
So far, so good. Yeah. So, you know Shenhua too, Cloud Retainer?
Naturally. Save for Ganyu, who spends the majority of her time in Liyue Harbor. All the Adepti living today are acquainted with Shen He to some degree.
Cool. So,
Oh, Stream Elements, that's an old link. I mean, there's probably still merch there, but boy, I need to update some of my Stream Elements thingies that it sends.
So Paimon's thinking maybe it'd be better if we called her by her Adeptus name instead.
Her Adeptus name? Why, pray tell, would Shen He have an Adeptus name?
98? That sounds about right. So I was 10 when it came out.
Don't all Adepti have a special title they go by?
On this latter point, you are correct. However...
I thought I was before then.
Wait, what?
And then that one came out and I was like, oh, this is awesome. I want to watch it. Because I always really liked space. I guess so. I'm 34 right now.
What? You knew already? So is Paimon the only one who didn't know?
Do you mean to say that she presents differently from ordinary human beings?
Nice.
Well, to start with, her problem-solving methods are extremely direct.
Ah, yes. She was like this all those years ago when one first met her.
So she's just
In this
human?
respect, she has not changed. One first found Shen He by chance in a cave. One was passing by and sensed the presence of a god's remains. Being of an ever-vigilant disposition, one entered immediately to inspect the scene.
98 was a terrible year? What else happened in 98?
Inside was Shen He, then aged around 6 years old. In her hand, she held a dagger with which she was confronting a monster that was the god's remains incarnate.
Dang.
That sounds so dangerous.
When one arrived, she had already been locked in confrontation with this monster for several days. Most mortal children are fragile, both physically and mentally, and are highly reliant on their parents for survival. But not so her. That she was able to endure such terrible danger was due not only to her strong willpower, but also to the bloodlust and homicidal instinct with which she was born.
God. Bloodlust and homicidal instinct. Goodness, we're talking about a 6-year-old here. Last year for Barry Sanders and Michael Jordan as a bull. Last year you watched sports.
One dealt with the monster, yet she still
Never got into
refused to
sports.
lower her
My dad
guard.
was into sports,
She even
so
pointed her
I saw it
dagger
on
in one's
occasionally, but
direction and remained ready to strike.
I did not watch it
Only after
regularly,
she
ever.
was satisfied that one had no intention to cause her harm, did she finally relent. She then passed out without uttering a single word.
In other words, if you hadn't passed by that day, Shenhua might have...
Not necessarily. Upon one's arrival, one could sense that the god's wrath was gradually receding. Even had the stalemate continued,
As soon as those guys retired, you were done with both sports.
That's still so dangerous, though. Why was a tiny little kid battling against the wrath of a god in the first place?
Alas, the mortal world is rife with suffering of every kind, and she had experienced her fair share of this, even at a tender age. Seeing that she was homeless, one decided to adopt her. Indeed, it is one to whom she refers. Shenhe has an
What also makes you
extraordinary
mad?
constitution, making her well adapted to practicing the Adepti arts. All the Adepti cherished her talents, and so we were willing to train her. However, her homicidal urges did not subside with age. Rather, they grew stronger day by day.
So she's a murderer.
Mooncarver once performed a divination for her. He declared that her fate is to bear the curse of calamity. Consumed by malevolent energy, she is prone to bring harm to those around her. Such is the magnitude of the danger this poses, that her soul must be bound with red ropes to keep her homicidal instinct at bay.
I mean, I guess I understand why they would compare him to Jordan. Like why they would compare a new player that they think is going to be good to Jordan. Like they're trying to, I guess, give a baseline. Well, yeah, they got to be themselves, but trying to say like they're as good as somebody else, I can understand why they would do that, I guess. I mean, I don't watch sports or care about any of the players, so I don't know. I have noticed you don't like those repeating titles.
And more content. They also seem to have rendered her somewhat inexpressive. Perhaps the red ropes are so powerful that they have suppressed some of her other emotions as well. It is only by fate that people's paths may cross. Now that Shenhe's path has crossed with yours, please be sure to treasure the gift that fate has given you, and take good care of her.
Oh, now Paimon gets it. You came out here to check up on Shenhe.
I'm gonna have to eat again after
worried about her.
finishing the stream tonight.
Huh. You dare draw such a facile conclusion on the nature of one's present excursion? Incorrect. The truth is that while
I've already eaten all of my meals for today, but Paimon was talking about like giant grilled chicken earlier, and now I really want food. Again.
Ningguang once made a bold assertion that this is to be the era of the contract between Liyue and the humans. Well, one is most curious to observe how she will respond.
Nothing in several days? That's not good for you. You gotta eat something.
It admirably, one is willing to be a witness to her achievements. But if she does not, the Adepti shall not hesitate to seize control.
I have to eat whenever I get the chance, whether I'm hungry or not most times. Because when my disease flares up, I'm basically not getting the nutrients, or at least not getting very many nutrients from the food I eat. So I drop weight really fast. I lost about 50 pounds in about 2 to 3 weeks once. So for me, whether I want to eat or not, I have to. And then when I'm hungry, I doubly have to. Oh, gotcha. That's fair. That's fair. You did mention earlier you haven't been sleeping very much.
Let us conclude our conversation here for today. One has occupied enough of your time, and night is approaching. Be sure to get ample rest.
She's still here.
Shenhua isn't an Adeptus after all. She just grew up around the Adepti.
Wait until the following day. Oh, that's right. Wait, Paimon's still talking. Dang it. I canceled out whatever she was saying.
Time to go.
This person almost looks like they could be like a background ninja in like Naruto or something. And they're grabbing something out of their empty hand and tossing it. I almost feel like they should have like modeled them with like a bowl in their hand. So she could be like grabbing seeds or something and throwing it out there. Until, I guess at 8 a.m. That's one of those changes that I don't think very many people like.
Hey, so Shenhua.
Master has relayed my situation to you, I take it.
Oh? How did you know?
I'd intended to wait until you came back before going to sleep, but I didn't hear you come in. I was worried that something may have happened to you, so I went outside to check and caught sight of my master. On top of this, you have been acting very strangely around me this morning, causing me to suspect that my master must have told you everything about me. After all, Master is very talkative.
That's fair. Very talkative.
Sorry, Shenhua. Paimon had you down as an Adeptus this whole time, but it turns out Paimon was wrong.
But she's just really strong.
It's okay. I don't mind. The fault is mine for not explaining everything to you sooner, because in my experience, trying to explain is a futile pursuit. Still, though you mistook me for an Adeptus, you never treated me as distant and unapproachable. Instead, you treated me as you would a friend. For this, I am very grateful indeed.
To be fair, we've met our fair share of real Adepti, too.
You don't like the Kai version of DBZ? Huh.
Anyway, now it's settled. From now on, you're our friend. Whether you're an Adeptus or a human isn't the important thing. First and foremost, we're just plain old friends.
Got it. Although I don't know quite what
I
it
feel like
entails
there's
in terms of what I have to
probably
do. I must say I
more
like the
things
title
out there that
friend
you
very much
don't like
indeed.
than things that you do.
Great! Well, now that we're all rested up, we should start searching for the other 2 items on the list. But before we do that, let's go to the building site and ask Ningguang's little helper how the progress is
You
going.
did. You did.
After all, Sunset Vermilionite is so rare. Paimon doubts many competitors will really be able to find any. If it turns out some of them have given up already, we'll
And
be
that's
able
like-
to take things a little more slowly.
That's, I guess, like anti me, I guess. I'm almost impossible to make angry. There's very few things that I hate. Like, you know how some people will play a game and either they're doing poorly or the other team's beating them or they're struggling or maybe it's Dark Souls and it's just really hard and like people regularly get angry at that kind of stuff. I've never once gotten angry at a video game in my entire life. That's okay. I knew what you meant.
Oh, and another thing. We bought some grilled chicken drumsticks on the way back last night. There was a place just outside. Here's one for you, Shenhua. Try it.
See, now she called her like Shenhua.
I concur. It has a rich flavor.
It's so
far more
weird when
agreeable
they
than those I've
say their
cooked for
names in
myself
like
in the
different
wilderness in the past.
pronunciations. Wait, where's our Lostrite? Oh. Oh. What the heck? Can I get up there? They made a lot of progress overnight. Holy crap. Well, that part I do understand. I am depressed most of the time, but not for the same things, I guess. I don't know if this is... Well, I might be able to get up high enough. Here, maybe. B? I don't think we're supposed to be up here yet.
Follow the wind.
That was great. Good job. Good job, Kazuha. Oh, that's fair. See any chests? That's what this whole venture is about. Is finding chests. See any up here? Don't see any there. Oh, am I gonna make that? Barely. There's a chest over there. I don't see any. The heck? Is that normally there? I guess there is a invisible wall over there. I did watch Street Sharks. Again, though, I don't remember a lot about it because I haven't seen it since I was tiny. Like, since it aired. Now, Beto and Kaching are here as well. We're meeting a ton of the characters from here. Oh, that's not... I thought it was Kaching from a distance, but it's not.
Given the enormous scale of the Jade Chamber, we split the construction work into 2 phases to make sure the structure remains balanced.
Jenny, wifey's here. With a cat. I'm changing the camera so they can see the cat big. Well, bigger. Are you supposed to be awake?
No, I'm not.
Not you. Her.
Is this her first debut?
I think so. I'm pretty sure this is Kitty's first debut.
I mean...
I think I only had one Street Shark toy. I have no idea which one it was, but I'm pretty sure I had one. He was kind of big. I think only his like arms moved up and down, and he had his skates so you could like roll him around, and that was about it. Did you have any Street Shark toys? Yeah, you. She can't remember. You had the Hammerhead? I think I had like the the gray. Maybe he was like a great white shark, but I think he was just like a normal looking shark. I think. I don't remember. I only vaguely remember it.
Before we find some suitable
One of his eyes
plustrite,
would go in and out so you
build
could
the
hit
jade
stuff with
chamber's
it.
key
Oh,
at
that's
ground level.
fantastic.
Once the plustrite is ready, we place it into the keel and let the partially constructed jade chamber rise up to the height of the surrounding mountain peaks. The remainder of the construction work is then carried out at that altitude. Once everything is ready, we release the iron tethers and allow the jade chamber to rise to its target altitude.
It's pretty cool.
Miss Bywin, we've brought some new materials to submit.
One moment, I'll be right there. The construction work has only been able to progress this rapidly thanks to the plustrite provided by you. Lady Ningguang is most
Like the
grateful
head
and
part,
looks
I called his
forward to
eyes
seeing more
because
of
there's
your
a
work.
weird head, the top of his head where his eyes are. Oh yeah.
Wow, can't believe you sourced the plustrite so quickly. It's the key piece of the puzzle.
Thundercats,
Looks
yes.
like you beat us to the punch.
Beto, you're joining the Jade Chamber contest too?
Sure am. I happened to get my hands on a chunk of sunset vermilionite on a voyage a while back, so I figured I'd bring it over.
Huh. So even though it's rare, we're not the only ones who managed to get a
It
hold of
was. It was.
Oh, I've got some introductions to do. This is the renowned Miss Yun, or Yunjin, probably the most famous figure in the Liyue opera scene.
I've never seen her before in my life.
Greetings.
These two are Paimon and the Traveler, both good buddies of mine. And this is... sorry, not sure we've met.
I did like Transformers, but I didn't really grow up watching it. I grew up with Beast Wars. Oh, yeah, Beast Wars.
Good to meet you. A friend of a friend is my friend too. Or, as I like to say, a mate of a crewmate is part of the crew.
A good saying.
Miss Yun is also here for the contest. Turns out she needed to borrow a boat, so we came together.
It's an honor to finally meet you both. I've heard much about you. Miss Shenhe.
Yeah, I loved
though
Beast
we are
Wars.
only meeting for the first time, I have a feeling that we will get along very well indeed. To be honest with you all, I am in great need of this opportunity to ask Lady Ningguang a question. That's why I joined the contest. Thanks to my father's connections, I was able to acquire a specimen of the plustrite required. Fortunately, it was approved for submission, despite being a little on the diminutive side.
I also liked Scooby-Doo. Most of these are also shows that we've tried to introduce to Mini Shinny as well. Scooby-Doo is probably the only one of those specifically that we've really successfully introduced her to, but some of the others, like Beast Wars, will come in time.
Wow. So it looks like the three of us are competitors now.
Good. I love you too. I'll be up in a little bit. Oh, I guess I should switch the camera back. Yes. I don't know if she's watched very many of the Scooby movies yet. I think mostly just like the cartoon.
Miss Shenhe, but are you competing as well?
No, I don't have any questions for Ningguang. I just wanted to help him win.
In that case, I have a proposal to make. Lady Ningguang said that the first 3 contestants to procure all 3 materials will be awarded the chance to ask a question. Well, there are 3 teams here. We can split the prize between us. Instead of competing against each other, we could work together to secure the top 3 places between us. What do you think?
It almost sounds like cheating.
Sounds great, but how does it change things exactly?
I think I see where you're going with this, Miss Yun.
Oh, I don't know. There may have been a show called Scooby Movies. I don't know. We've been watching like the original, like the Hanna-Barbera cartoon from the 70s, I think it was. And then eventually they introduced Scrappy-Doo.
The plastrite was the most difficult item to source by a long shot. Luckily, all three of us managed to get our hands on it. The two remaining items aren't quite so rare, so as long as one of us finds a way to source it, the other two can hop on the bandwagon.
The new Scooby-Doo movies? Like Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island, and I assume not the live-action ones. I assume you're talking about the cartoons still. I'm trying to think of some of the other cartoons, but Zombie Island is like the only one I can think of off the top of my head.
How'd I do? Is that what you had in mind?
Oh, that's what it was called? Okay. I know there were several others, but that's the only one I can think of. She hasn't watched any of those yet, I don't think. Oh, the new Scooby-Doo movies was what it was called? Okay.
Precisely.
Were they like actually movie length? Or is that what the show was called?
Huh. Interesting approach.
Okay then. All right, I'll go first. I have some leads on these wonder cores.
Oh. I kind of remember that. Yeah, I don't think we've been watching that one yet. I think we've just been watching the original. Yeah.
From what I've heard, the
Barney
core
Fife.
itself is really not that difficult to make. The hard part is getting hold of the ore used as raw materials. I'm gonna head back to the ship and ask Suling if he's heard of them. You guys...
We will head into town and seek advice from Master Zhang of Hanfeng's Ironmongers. Thoughts?
Wonderful. We'll split
I
into
haven't
teams
watched
then,
any
and
of the
whoever
new
makes
stuff
progress first
for
brings
like,
all of us a step closer to
yeah,
victory.
basically after Zombie Island. I mean, I wouldn't have guessed that was why. But yeah, I just haven't watched any of it. I've never come across it. Oh, I think I watched one with like Hex Witches. Maybe. The Hex Sisters. Wait, voice acting changes? Does it too? How in the world did you make it through DBZ? Oh my goodness.
I'm gonna take off. See you later.
Okay, let's go! By the way, what question are you gonna ask Ningguang, Yunjin? I'm looking for a venue to host the performance of our new opera. Lady Ningguang has excellent judgment, so I would like to hear her opinion. Ooh, what's the opera called? Paimon wants to go see it. The opera is a labor of love by my father. He wrote it based on a popular urban legend about an evil spirit and an adeptus.
I haven't heard any of the new ones, so I don't know what they sound like, I guess.
It's called The Divine Damsel of Devastation.
I might have to call it here. It's past midnight. And I've got work in the morning. And I still got to eat. Again. Because I'm hungry. You remember when they changed Piccolo's voice in DBZ? You kind of like both, but it was really messing you up for a while. So eventually you were able to get past it, though. But probably only because of how much you loved the character. That's so interesting. So interesting. But yeah, it's like 12:30 here. I've got work in. I have to be there in 7.5 hours, so I should probably get to bed here pretty soon. And obviously, it doesn't look like I'm going to be able to finish this quest tonight. I'm so far behind on so many of them. Like, I keep trying to do some of the main quests. Like, I wanted to do, I mean, I'm working on this one right now, but like, I've been wanting to work on this one up here at the top. But it's like, you got to do all of these other ones. But I don't even see these other quest names, like, anywhere in here. And actually, I think I started doing this one. Yeah, because I met Ganyu. And then I think it kind of accidentally transformed from this one into this one. Because I'm pretty sure this was the one I was originally working on tonight. Oh, man. Yeah, I'm just really struggling trying to catch up on so many of the quests. Most of your time in this game was spent re-rolling for the Wolf Kid Razor. You got him and then quit the game. I've never re-rolled a single gacha game ever. I just start the game, get what I get, and go. I guess I had the game on the small screen there. But yeah, it's been so frustrating trying to catch up on most of the quests because it just... I don't know which ones I need to do, and I feel like I'm missing some of the quests. Like, I probably need to explore around and pick up some more somewhere. I was at one point interested in trying to find that other Piccolo voice actor series. I think they went to Buu Saga with him in another country. Interesting. And then that way you could watch it all the way through with one voice actor. And I hadn't even really been paying attention either. But like, I'm not used to wearing these headphones anymore. Ow, I'm gonna have to take them off. Like, I don't know if you can tell how red my ear is over here, but it's like, oh, they've been getting crushed. Ow. Yeah, these are super old headphones. These are Super Lux HD 668Bs. I got these back in, I think I mentioned it earlier, but it was like 2014 when I got them. These were like one of the first pairs of headphones I had bought. But most of the padding in the ears is really like this leather padding has like really worn out. It squishes really nice, but then it doesn't really bounce back to shape. The only reason I'm using them is because my SteelSeries headset that I had been using, I'll go grab it here in a second, it's behind me. I thought it was behind me, but I can't remember where I put it. It's in like 5 pieces right now. It started having issues with the wireless transmission. I don't know if the dongle, which is right here, I don't know if the dongle was causing problems or if the headset, if the receiver was going bad. And basically, I thought SteelSeries was just going to send me a new dongle, but they want to replace the entire headset. So they had me go through the process of destroying the headset for proof of destruction, so that way they can ship me a new headset free of charge. The problem is we went through the entire process, and then during that time, because it was in stock, but during that time my headset went out of stock, so now I have to wait. I don't have I don't have a different headset. This is the only other headset I own, and it's super old and worn out, and I just haven't had a chance to go get a new one. And I didn't really want to buy another new headset knowing that I'm going to get my replacement headset back. Proof of destruction for electronics is pretty common. This is the first time I've ever actually had to do it, and honestly, it feels like crap having to destroy pretty much perfectly working electronics. I felt like there probably was a way to fix it, but I couldn't figure it out myself. And again, if it was just the dongle, maybe that would have been fine. I don't know. Yeah. And I mean, they asked me to destroy it on one day. It was in stock. I did destroy it, and then I got the pictures uploaded the next day, and then they were out of stock by the time that it finished getting processed for me to get the code to get the free replacement. So hopefully when that eventually does come back in stock, the free replacement will work and not have the same issues as what mine are. But yeah, that's been a slightly frustrating experience. But I have been thinking about grabbing another headset, like a backup one. I don't need like a fancy 7.1 surround wireless one. I mean, that's what my headset that will come back, like whenever I get one from SteelSeries again, that's what mine will be. I had the Arctis 7 Plus, and it was really nice. I liked it a lot. It was very comfortable. It sounded really good to me. I mean, I'm not like an audiophile or anything. I'm not an expert with sound, but for me, it sounded good. It sounded good in games. I never had issues determining like where footsteps or other sounds were coming from when I was playing a game. But yeah, I'll probably get like another wired headset. Like this one's wired here. But I'll probably get another one, but just one with not worn out ear pads, maybe a little bit nicer than this. Oh goodness, replacing mice every 2 years? Holy moly. I guess I've only had this mouse for about 2 years, but the mouse I had before that I had for like 5 or 6. Like I still have the mouse from before that. It's actually over, like, I guess right back here you can see my other monitor in the background. That's for my hobby setup. That's my painting setup where I stream whenever I paint. My wife actually has the Razer Nagas. They don't fit on my ears properly. I have a very big head. I haven't found a Razer headset. I want to try the, what's it called? Black Shark V2 maybe. I kind of wanted to try that. Oh, the mice. Oh, the MMO mice. I don't like all the buttons. I can't handle those buttons. I'm using the Corsair Dark Core. It only has these buttons here on the side, and I pretty much don't even touch those. But if it had a whole bunch of buttons there, I wouldn't be able to touch them. But I like that it has this little shelf for my thumb, and then it also has a little shelf on the other side for my pinky. And it's one of the largest mice I've ever been able to find. Most mice are way too small for me, and most of them I have to do like a really weird like claw grip to hold them. But this one I can actually set my entire hand down on the mouse, and this is like one of the only mice I've ever found that I'm actually able to do that with. I had the Logitech G502, which I don't know if I can get it in frame, but Shinny Wifey has one. It's just not quite. It's just, oh, come on. Just stretch the cable. Just stretch the cable. But Shinny Wifey has a G502, and then I have one on my painting desk setup over there, and I like it. It's just slightly too small. Razer MMO mice die every 2 years for me, and I bought the G600, and the right click started double clicking in 2 years. I got a new G600, and the middle mouse is already having problems scrolling up. I love MMO mice. I literally can't play games without them once I started. That's fair. The only Razer mouse I've ever owned had the exact same problem as your first one did. The right click started double clicking within about 1.5 years, maybe. And I've never bought another Razer mouse since then. Oh, I was thinking the Razer Nari, I think is the headset I was thinking of. When you said Naga, I was thinking Nari. They have quite a few peripherals that share kind of similar names. But yeah. MMO mice really help with small hands and MMOs and stuff. That's fair. I have super long fingers. I can palm a basketball pretty easily. So these, even the dark core, I honestly kind of wish it was slightly bigger. But this is the most comfortable I've ever found. And honestly, like I was just realizing this the other day, but I have the wireless one. I don't know if they make the dark core like a wired version of it, but I would totally buy the wired version because I don't ever use it not plugged in. Like it's turned off right now and it's plugged in, and that's just how I use it. I don't ever move it anywhere else. Like there's like a 1 foot square section of my mouse pad that I use my mouse on, so I don't need to move it ever. Oh wow, it's not comfortable for you to even hit the R button when you're on WASD? Dang. And like if I've got my normal finger on the W, I can, like, I have my pinky on control, I have my ring finger on A, my middle finger on W. I can pretty comfortably reach the U key. I can't quite, if I really stretch and try, I can push the I button. But I can hit U fairly comfortably. Anything before that though, like E, R, T, Y, that's all no problem. But yeah, U is about as far as I can comfortably go. And then if I really stretch, I can hit I. Actually, if I really stretch, I can hit the O. And my pinky is still on the control button. But that's about stretching as far as I can. I can almost touch the P with my pinky on control. And my pointer finger. Yeah, I can touch the letter P. I don't think I would be able to push it without pushing like the other buttons around it though. But the O, I could, if I was really trying. Held that comment for review. Yeah, I have gigantic, like, this is like me touching the side of my face. Like, I have huge hands. I can pretty much cover my face. I'm also double jointed in my fingers, so that probably helps a little bit because I can like really stretch like weird angles and stuff if I need to. That probably helps a little bit. I don't know. But it's not uncomfortable for me to reach all the way to the U, the I, the O. Like I could hit Control I, Control O even. Control O might be stretching it. I don't know if I could do that. No, I can. Okay. Yeah, I can hit Control O with one finger, or one hand, with keeping pinky on the control and then ring finger, or I'm sorry, pointer finger on the O. Hands go from chin to like middle head with the top of your middle finger. Oh dang. Yeah, if I put my my palm on bottom of my palm on my chin while I'm moving with WASD. So if I keep my middle finger on W, reaching the I is now more of a stretch. I can't reach the O if I have my finger on W. I can press I though, and keeping my pinky on control. So like I have my pinky on control, holding it down, middle finger on W, holding it down, and I can comfortably reach the I, and my thumb is on spacebar. Anything before the I, so ERTYU, no problem. But the I is as far as I could reach and press while holding control and W. But yeah, it is now, oh goodness, 12:40. I gotta eat again because I'm starving after hearing freaking Paimon talk about all the food. Let's go ahead and close out of Genshin. I'm trying to, while hitting those keys and R is the farther I will put a move on. Gotcha. Yeah. Again, I have very large hands, and this is a full-size keyboard too. This isn't like a micro keyboard or anything. But yeah, I got to get out of here. Like I said, I got work I gotta be leaving in about 7 hours now. So I will talk to you guys next time. There may be a stream on Friday. I've been trying to do Friday streams as well again. I've been hitting Wednesday very consecutively every week, but there's a good chance that I'll be hitting some Fridays as well. And if possible, I'd love to get back into my Monday night streams again. It's been a while, but I usually will be set up over back there on my other desk, kind of behind me, catty cornered, and I'll be doing a hobby stream when I do those. I'll usually be doing like a painting stream or something like that. So yeah, I've been really wanting to get back into them. I don't know, like every Monday night I've just been wiped out after work. So yeah, hopefully I can get back into those soon and have a painting stream again on the way, or just a hobby stream in general. Maybe I'll build some models or something. But yeah, now I know someone that hates all changes. Never expected that to happen. So that's a thing now. But yeah, so I'll see you next time. Shinny out.